Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy and happy first week of summer. Summer is my favorite season of the year because I love the sunshine, I love the warm weather. And you know, it's funny considering how dedicated I am to my sunscreen. You would think that I was really like not a sunshine person, but really I am here in New England where I live. This summer is so short, so we really need to get out there and like hit the beach and do our gardening and do our biking outdoors. And I like to go paddleboarding and I like to just hang out on my deck outside and I just like to be warm and feel the sun on my skin. So I'm not an anti-sunshine person at all. What I don't like is what the sun did to my skin over 50 years of sun worshiping. And then at 50, I finally was like, oh gosh, look at all these wrinkles, look at all these age spots, look at all these enlarged pores and things. And I was like, okay, need to stop getting so much sunshine on my skin, but yet I still want to be out there doing my things. So over the last 12 years, in addition to finding great sunscreens for body and face, which I talk about in lots of other videos, I've also found other great things to help keep the sun off my face, keep the sun off my terribly sun-damaged arms, chest, legs. And quite often people ask me like, well, what do you use, that's beyond sunscreen for sun protection? And so I thought we'd cover that in today's video. So first I'm going to cover like the things that are my tried and trues, my standbys, my go-tos for when I want to work on my garden, paddleboard, bike, just be outside or going to the beach. And then I thought it would be fun to look at some kind of newer products that I saw online that I was like, those are interesting. These are things that they use in other cultures around the world that really aren't used here in the United States, but I kind of feel like, why not, So I got them. And we're going to try them on here together today and see how they are and if it's something that we would actually wear or use. But just to be clear about me and sunscreen, I love sunscreen. I think that sunscreen is the best, the most effective tool that we have to protect our skin from the rays of the sun, short of just staying inside or living in a cave. If you're going to be outside in the sun, I think sunscreen is definitely the way to go. But that said, sunscreen does definitely have limitations. It's a screen, but you put it on your skin and it screens out the rays, but it still does let some through. Even if you apply it every 2 hours, if you're out in the sun, there's a pretty good chance that you are either going to get a sunburn or that you're definitely incurring some damage to your skin from the UVA and UVB rays that are coming through the sunscreen. And if I'm going to be out in the sun for more than, say, an hour or two, even with sunscreen on, I will get a burn. I will be incurring, sun damage and aging my skin much more than it needs to be aged. You also need to have supplemental sun protection gear to help you to not get a painful sunburn, to not incur some future skin cancers, and to not incur some future wrinkling. The items that I'm going to share with you today are the things that help me to help my sunscreen and to help my skin to look better and feel better and have less UVA and UVB damage so that I can enjoy my time outside in the sun. One of the most important sun protection items that you can wear for yourself is sunglasses, because the rays of the sun don't only damage our skin, they actually damage our eyes, and excessive sun damage can cause cataracts later in life. So I thought I'd just share a couple of my favorite pairs of sunglasses. I always wear sunglasses anytime that I'm going out in the sun. Because my eyes are light, the sun really bothers my eyes and it makes me squint a lot, which of course causes more wrinkles, so I don't like that. So they do double duty. These are very inexpensive and I love them and I've worn them for years. They're very lightweight and they're really cute, and I always get compliments on these whenever I wear them. Then I just picked up another pair, kind of a different style from the same brand. This is another really cute pair. They're more of like a cat eye style. I love the big oversized frames. They come in different colors. I chose the gray and black. I'm always just doing things in my sunglasses and I don't like to be precious with them, so I tend to buy less expensive ones, but still they have to have really good polarization, really good UV coverage, and these have really great UV coverage as well as polarization. One of my favorite things for sun protection is, of course, a sun hat. I love a good sun hat, and I usually have one on all the time. Like I have to walk my dog about 4 times a day. You will never see me out there without at least a baseball hat on. This is the hat that I tend to wear most. This hat is awesome. This is a UPF 50 hat. It's got a nice wide brim. It's got a nice lining in it, and it also has these little ribbons here so that you can cinch this in. I don't like to cinch the ribbon because all it does is wrinkle up my forehead. This is such a great looking hat. It is absolutely my favorite. I wear it everywhere. I take it on vacation with me every time I go. I have a special way of packing it that I stuff it with bathing suits and bras and socks and stuff, and then pack things all around it so it doesn't get damaged. But it is just my number one. It's super comfortable to wear. And then here's the second hat. This is more of a like city hat if I'm going to be walking around, or if I'm going to lunch or brunch or something and I know we're going to be sitting outside. I love to bring a hat with me. This one has more of a downward turn brim, and it is just such a cute hat. I love this one as well. So if I know I'm going to be outside doing something, I'll either be sure to work a hat into my outfit, or I do have a hat that I just keep in the back of my car 365 days a year, so that if I go somewhere and I'm unexpectedly out in the sun and I need to put on a hat, I have one in the back of my car, I just pop it on. All right, and then next up are gonna be some clothing items that I always take to the beach with me, that if I start feeling like my skin's getting a little roasty, things that I can put on, or things that I wear to garden or to bike ride or to paddleboard. Now, in general, I'm not that into UPF clothing. I think that just regular old clothes gives you sun protection. Like, I can be outside gardening for 5 or 6 hours on a Sunday afternoon just wearing leggings and like a long sleeve t-shirt, and I don't think that I'm getting any sun damage through the leggings or through the long sleeve t-shirt. I find the UPF clothing fabric to be a little not great feeling. It's very, very tightly woven. It's very shiny. They're too tight. They make me too hot. One of my favorite things to do is just throw like a sweatshirt into my bag, but it being summertime and hot out, I don't want a heavyweight sweatshirt. So a lightweight hoodie or a lightweight button-down shirt is what I like to just grab and either throw in my bag or throw in my car, just have at the ready. First one is this adorable lightweight hoodie, but it's made out of shirting fabric, so it's a really lightweight cotton, and it's that crinkly cotton that's been so in the last couple of years. And this has a nice little hood. It's got a little kangaroo pocket in the front. And then along the same lines is, rather than a pullover hoodie, is just a really nice long sleeve shirt. So this one is very billowy and nice. This one can double as a bathing suit cover up if you're going to the beach. It's the kind of thing that it goes with everything, so you can just throw it over your outfit. It goes with jeans, it can go with shorts. It's lightweight, you're not gonna get super hot in it. It's long, it has pockets. This next thing is a UPF fabric, but it's done in such a nice way that this is really a lovely garment to wear, especially as a beach cover-up. But this is kind of along the same idea, just a nice lightweight long sleeve top that you can throw on. It's UPF 50, and this one is so cute. It's got these little tassels along the edge. It's got like a little crisscross front. I took this to Greece and I was so happy I had this. We went on a day sail, and when it was chilly, I could put this on, or when we were roasting in the sun, I could put this on, and it just ended up being the perfect thing. It's not like those usual UPF fabrics that just like don't let you breathe, and it's one of my favorites, and I've had it for about 4 or 5 years now. I wash it, I wear it, I wash it, I wear it. It's really just a really great cover up. Another option for covering up your arms if your arms get caught in the sun is what I call sleeveys. I don't know if that's what other people call them. And it's basically just a shrug, an open short sweater that has long sleeves. But this one is specifically made for outdoor activities, and it's made out of this cooling fabric. So you put it on and it keeps your skin nice and cool, so it's not gonna get super hot. I have them in a few colors. They go with everything. I just keep referring to the Greece trip, but my daughter and I went on this hike that was billed as a 2-hour hike, and it ended up taking us 4 to 5 hours to complete this hike. And I had just thrown this in my little backpack, and I was so happy I had it with me because my arms started getting really hot and really burny, and I could just feel the sun damage happening about half hour, 45 minutes into the hike, and I was like, oh my gosh, this arm is going to be facing this sun all day long. And I just whipped this out and put it on, and oh my gosh, it was the lifesaver of the trip. And they can also look cute too, so you could bring it with you at night if you think it's like going to get chilly or whatever. Now, if I'm going to the beach, I'll also throw the sleeveys in my beach bag, but that doesn't give me any chest coverage. If I'm going to the beach and I know that there's not going to be an umbrella, or I'm not going to bring my own personal sun visor, which I'll show you in a minute. Then I'll always bring a rash guard. And I like this one because it's a full zip, so I don't have to pull it over my head. You know, I mean, some of you may be like, well, what's the point of going to the beach if you're just gonna wear all these clothes and cover up? I still love sitting on the beach. I still love swimming in the ocean. I still love the feeling of the sun on my skin, at least for a little while before I feel like, oh, now it's doing damage. I really should cover up and protect it. I'm just not into getting excessive sun damage like I used to be. So anyway, this is really cute. You know, you can open the zipper a little bit if you don't want your chest protected, but I tend to like to protect my chest because I do have a lot of sun damage on it. And I've also had it lasered twice, so I don't want to ruin the investment that I've made in the lasering to remove the sun damage by getting more sun damage. These come in so many colors and patterns that you can find one that goes with your bathing suit. Another really cute item of clothing that you can get to cover up a little bit while you're doing your outdoor activities, like say pickleball, paddleboarding, are these athletic dresses that have long sleeves. So this is one that I picked up. This one they don't make anymore, but just as an example, there are so many cute athletic dresses out now. I wear this when I go paddleboarding. It's just like a little cover-up dress, and it's got a hood and you know, a V-neck, kangaroo pocket. I'll look for a couple other styles and try to link them. This is the one I have, so this is the one I thought I'd share. So that's for the top half. On the bottom half, I really just swear by linen pants, especially for the beach. If I'm starting to get too much sun on my legs, I can just pull them on. So I've got 3 pairs of linen pants that I absolutely love on this hanger. I've got a tan pair, I've got a white pair, and I've also got a black pair. And the fabrics are all a little bit different. I believe all 3 of these brands are still available. If I'm doing something like biking or gardening or paddleboarding and I want to keep my legs out of the sun, then I will just wear athletic leggings, the really lightweight ones. My favorite ones are these pair, and I can link those. They come in different lengths, but they're very lightweight. Now, I mentioned this a couple minutes ago, and this is a sun visor that I actually clip to my beach chair, and I always bring it with me for a day trip to the beach. So this basically just clips to the chair with these, and then you open it up, and you've got your own personal beach visor. And you can swivel it so as the sun moves around you, you can change its position on your chair to give you more or less shade depending on where the sun is. It is literally one of the best things that I have ever bought. With that, I can sit out there and not obsess over the sun damage that I'm getting, and I can have a better time at the beach while I'm there. Okay, this next product isn't a sun protection product per se, but I think that these are genius, and they are little UV spots that help you to know when to reapply your sunscreen. Now, as I said before, reapplying every 2 hours is not a guarantee that you won't get a sunburn or that you won't get some skin damage from the sun. But if you want to be diligent about reapplying, these are great. There's all different kinds. There are these plain dots, and there are also ones that are great for kids that come in shapes like butterflies and rainbows and sunshines and things like that. And so you just stick this on your skin and then you put sunscreen over it. As your sunscreen kind of expires, then it turns a color and it tells you when it's time to reapply. Now, a couple of new things that I've picked up. One I had mentioned in a video, years ago, and I lost them. So I bought a new pair. So these are sun protective fingerless gloves. I'm just gonna keep these in my car so that if I'm driving on a long road trip, the UV rays come right through your windshield and they damage the skin of your hands. So UV protective gloves are really great to have when you're driving, or if you get gel manicures, when you're putting your hands in and out of those UV light devices. I think things like this are becoming more and more mainstream. So the next thing is something that I bought and I haven't worn yet, but I really love the idea of this. And every time that I've been paddleboarding with just my hat on, I always think, oh, I'm getting so much sun damage from the sun's rays that are bouncing off the water and reflecting back at me from below. Anyway, I saw these sun visors that are reflective, but they're also see-through. And so you pull the visor down over your face and you look through it. It's like giant sunglasses for your whole face, right? And I thought, oh, that is gonna be perfect for paddleboarding. It's just got like a regular visor hat type thing, and the visor goes up and down. You can wear it just like a regular visor, like that, to shield your face if the light's coming from above, but I can just put this down and I can see where I'm going, but It's blocking probably, I'd say 75% of the rays from bouncing back at my face from below. So I kind of dig this and I really want to wear it next to my paddleboard, but I'm just not sure I will. So yeah, I kind of love this thing, but I'm also know that people are people and they, like to make fun of other people who are doing something that they're not familiar with. Like, are people wearing these in other parts of the world? Is this something that people wear and it just hasn't gotten here yet? Because I really think that this is kind of brilliant. So anyway, I'll link it for those of you who are interested in something like that as well. And a real basic thing that I know that people all around the world do is to carry an umbrella when you're out in the sun and you're walking around. And it's easier sometimes than putting on a hat or putting on something else, and you can really shade a lot of yourself. So I picked up this little UV protective umbrella, and so it's reflective on the outside. So it bounces the rays off. I would imagine it can double as a regular rain umbrella, right? So if you're gonna carry a travel umbrella, why not a UV reflective umbrella? The only problem I see with these is that you can't be hands-free, so I would be more likely to just wear a hat. Okay, now the last two things I saved for the end because number one, I'm gonna put them on and they're gonna stick to my face and, mess up my look for this video, but I thought they were so interesting and I wanted to see if they were good or if they were not good. They are like Sunshield masks. There's two different versions of it. And what do you guys think? Would you ever wear this? If you were gonna leave a comment like, oh, this is obsessive, this is weird, maybe not, because there are people who have skin cancer who really cannot be out in the sun. There are people from other cultures who this kind of thing is normal. They wear this kind of thing every day. So anyway, I would just say to be kind if you can, rather than, unkind. That always goes a long way. So anyway, I wanted to try these out. So these are little cheek masks. They're UPF 50. They block UVA and UVB. The peptide is in a little ampule down here, so you don't necessarily have to use the peptide. I'm gonna save it for right now and just try on the little cheek thing. So here they are. There's two of them in the package. You peel it and stick it to your face. Well, these are really big. I think for my face, these are enormous. And I thought this would be a little more soft, more like sheet mask stuff, what sheet mask stuff is made out of, a little bit more pliable, but they're very stiff. So these are way too big for me. You can see them hanging off down here. They're not sticking, they're not conforming. So I was hoping that this would be kind of invisible, that you would put it on and you would not be able to see it on your skin. These are definitely a fail. Wouldn't wear these. You could put one on your forehead. It's not giving you coverage on the whole thing, right? I mean, these just look ridiculous. So the answer is no. I would not wear one of these. Okay, so let's move on to this next one, the new Fresh Jelly Sunshield mask. It's 360 minutes. That is 3 hours, right? So you could have your face outside for 3 hours. Golfing, skiing, hiking, dog walking, tennis or racket sports, or biking. I think this also has some skincare in it. It's got ingredients, glycerin, collagen. Oh wow, this is like a collagen mask. There's 5 of them in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and burn one now because I have makeup on. Oh, it's very fragrant, it's very florally. Oh, this is stretchy. This is more like almost nylon material, like pantyhose or lightweight shapewear kind of thing. That's interesting. Okay. I'm gonna pull all this hair back here so I can get to my ear. Are we ready? Out and over the ears. Oh, it's not too tight. Let me pull this up so it's not hanging off the end of my nose. Feels really nice and cool. I was kind of hoping it would be a little bit more invisible. I mean, that is pretty much what it looks like, right? Look how smooth that chin line is. On mine, I am not getting that smooth contour there. But okay, let's just play it out for a sec. You got the big sunnies on, right? And you got your big hat on. I have to say, I literally feel like the Invisible Man. Isn't this what the Invisible Man wore? I feel like between the two things that I'm considering for paddleboarding, I feel like I would wear this over this. Although this feels really nice and cooling, but I'm not sure once I got out there and started paddling. Because sometimes I have to paddle really hard against the current to get back and I get really hot and it's a workout. So yeah, that one's kind of a fail, but I can definitely see that there are some occasions where you might need something like this. If you had a deep laser peel or something, I can see that this could have some applications, but I just don't think it's the kind of thing that I would ever be reaching for. And I feel like over this, I would be much more likely to wear the visor. I just feel like this just seems so easy to use, and I wouldn't mind seeing these become more predominant in our culture. Have you seen people wearing these anywhere? Are they in the big cities? Are they around the world? It seems quick, it seems easy, it seems comfortable. You know, I can put my hair in a ponytail, I don't have to wear my big hat, it'll be lightweight, less hot. I'm kind of really digging this one. This is kind of my favorite out of the new things that I tried. So that'll be it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.